Hex said the sound might have gotten overwritten for the video.
Oh, in chat.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the premiere of Printweaver Pillars of Ink, a game system. Oh, can you mute yourself, Truck, please? Thank you very much. Hi, sorry. Welcome to Printweaver's Pillar of Ink, a game system called Printweaver by N.L. Morrison. It is a game about death and revival, and it might be a little dark. I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I will be your game master for today. And everyone, I would like to introduce everyone before we get started. Let's go on the screen. We'll start with Abhishek.
Hi everyone, my name is Abhishek. I go by Neon Raiden on Twitter. This is my first time playing Pillar of Ink. I'm really excited, and I will be playing Vago. They go by they, them pronouns.
Angela.
Hello there, lovelies. It's good to be here on Neon Lights Roleplay for the first time and to be a player at Mare's Table for the first time. I've been looking forward to that specifically for months. I am Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Lucia Luz Del Valle, who also uses she, her pronouns.
Amber.
You can find me at analog_amber about everywhere on the internet. I have she, they pronouns. I am playing Mariana Cross, who uses she, her pronouns.
And last but not least, RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Hale. We both go by he, him. I'm a menace. He's sad.
And once again, because of Amber, I will not be able to get Mariana out of my head. I apologize if I start singing, but that's not what this game is about. Before we get started, I also want to let everybody know that this is probably going to be a pretty dark game. The whole system revolves around like our players dying and coming back to life, and there's probably going to be death, definitely death, some probably violence. And if you need to step away, please do so because your safety is important. If there are any major potential like triggering things, I will make sure to say something before it comes up in scene. And that's about it. Is there anything I am missing or anything we would like to get out of the way before we get started? Okay. In that case, we will start with the premiere of Printweaver Pillars of Ink, Parting the Veil. The four of you are travelers. Travelers who have been born with ink on their fingers, swirling in of the minutia. You have powers, and since birth, you have been able to be reborn with magic and able to do many a great things. For one reason or another, the four of you have convened at the largest settlement known in the area called Vale Point. It is large, with sprawling, colorful markets, a university of sorts of magic, and more or less a beacon in what is otherwise a dark and dreary world, where monsters roam every little crevice, and the danger is immense if you are not in a safe haven. In this small city is a inn called the Traveler's Rest, where our party is. Would anyone like to get started to introduce your character, what they look like, and what they are currently doing at this very moment?
Hello, I would like to start. Sorry, I was getting my D10s out. Hale is a. Well, they appear to be a 30-something-year-old man, and they are currently just hanging out at the bar. They are wearing basically a basic set of leather armor. They had died recently, so they had gone and kind of scrimp, save, and beg, like, hey, do you have any spare equipment for me? I just, kind of kicked it not too long ago, and I'm buck naked right now. Some defining features are a shaggy crop of black hair that is atop their head. They have a line scar that goes across their nose, and a very sort of pale, like a little pasty, like complexion to them, like they haven't seen the sun in a while, which is kind of weird for a traveler, but and I think in as they're at the bar, there is this scarlet parrot that is kind of alighting around him, just and then just sits on his shoulder.
Your parrot, Hardy, has been a little bit of a menace. Not kind of annoying people with their squawks and more or less begging for food, which is ridiculous because I'm sure you feed them.
It's a phantom parrot. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
They don't need to eat, but they just beg anyway.
But what is a nice pet friend or animal or companion if they're not fucking begging for food, though? So you are drinking. And Hardy is on your shoulder, preening your slick, greasy hair. And I would like to let everyone in the audience know that the very first description I got of this individual was a wet cat of a man.
He's very non-bothered by the apparently nipping that's going on next to his ear.
Who would like to go next?
Added
You go,
Rock,
Mariana.
paper,
Go.
scissors.
No. I cede ground here.
as at one of the tavern tables, you see a young woman, barely, probably barely old enough to be an adult, with a small leather notebook, and a pen writing. You see next to it a larger book, which she seems to be writing notes on and underlining and circling things and copying the notes over to her notebook. She's of medium height, probably about 5'10", with a very long blonde braid, very neatly done down all of her back. She is she's very intensely studying this book that she has with her, and you can see she doesn't really have anything else on the table besides this book and her notebook and her pen.
Do you mind if I ask what you're reading?
It looks to be like some sort of holy text.
Okay. Angela?
I think kind of a very stark contrast to the very green individual sitting there looking in the book is someone who she's a bit of a tank of a woman, I would say. I'd put her at around let's keep this trend of how most of my characters operate going. She's about 6'4", I would put her at. She has full on armor, covering her entire body, just plate mail. It's very well maintained, despite also noticeable there are definitely points where it's probably been put through the ringer, but yet it looks as though despite the spots where it's not doing so well, this has been something that's been very maintained, something that is you can tell she is very focused on making sure is like in good enough working order to at least not die immediately if something should happen to her. Though, despite her care, she has died quite a lot. She has the look of a woman who's seen quite a lot of different things happen. Her hair is kind of a dark red that has at certain points uh, begun to have just flecks of like gray to it, like only just barely starting, but she has kind of light brown and red, light brown skin with reddish undertones to it, and she has the look of someone who's simultaneously not quite certain what is going on with the man next to her, this wet cat of a man, and also has the look of like mild boredom because nothing exciting is currently happening.
And last but not least, the last individual, Vago, who has only just met the rest of the group. What are you up to?
So, sitting at one of the tables, you see this very somewhat anxious looking person, actually. They, comparatively, in a little bit of a contrast to this giant tank of a woman that was just described, this is a person of, I'd say, about average height, 5'8", roughly, dressed in like a simple leather tunic. They're looking a little anxious. They don't really know kind of what's going on, they're a little bit confused by all of the chaos, pretty much everything that's happened. So you can see them darting their eyes around a little, fidgeting in their seat, maybe tentatively taking a sip of their drink. But as they fidget with their about their shoulder length black hair, they do seem little. They kind of anxiously look at their, I guess, newfound acquaintances, kind of wondering what's going to happen next.
And the floor is yours, all four of you. You've all arrived for a variety of reasons. Some more mysterious than others. But some general information about the world before we get started is that across the world, there have been what people have been calling pillars of ink, areas or towns, long stretches of land or monuments that have just been flooded with ink, which you all know is the lifeblood of magic, the lifeblood of travelers and printweavers, those who bring you back to life after you have died. You have been blessed by Providence, for lack of a better word, deity in this world. But what has been happening over the last month or so is places and small towns have gone under and drowned in ink, or have disappeared off the map. A variety of different happenstances have occurred. And that's all I have for a little bit of lore.
Luz.
There's like kind of a light start to her. She's like,
I have a question.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you from you squeaking over there. You're going to need to talk louder, dear.
I have a question.
Now you're going to need to talk quieter.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many times have you died?
Don't they normally raise you in wherever that faith place you came from to not ask those kind of questions?
She sort of goes back to just writing in her book.
Over a few dozen, dear.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
It's just in I'm just trying to figure out, is there a limit to this? I am reading the book, and she holds up her holy text that she's been trying to take notes from. And she's like, I'm just not quite understanding the whole thing.
What would you do with the information if I could give you a number?
I I don't know. Just feel like there's a lot about this that I I just don't know.
I'm not certain I'm the one you should be asking about that sort of thing. I've long stopped really caring whether or not there is a limit or not.
Seems satisfied with that answer for now. Goes back to writing her book.
Luce sort of like turns over. I imagine it's also like similarly mid drink for Hale while being pestered by the phantom parrot. It's like, Hale,
I?
yes, you do realize we're traveling together, right? I'm not a stranger.
Sometimes one wishes to drink alone in the solitude.
Yes, and also sometimes one wants to stay by people who are intending to protect them.
Hale just kind of waves to whoever's bartending to refill his drink before heading to the table and sitting down.
Have you paid for your first drink?
Hale's opened up a tab for just himself and the
Okay.
bird.
He seems like a tab kind of dude.
The barkeep, who is a dark brown skinned man with just like a large scar going from like the top of their forehead to like down their neck, just kind of gives you a nod and then fills up with whatever you have been drinking.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm safe. At least I don't think I've been shanked in the time it takes to get from bar to table.
Luce has actually there's like a little slot in her armor that only she can actually access, where there is like a like blade that is hidden there, and she's already like put it to his throat. I don't think you're qualified to necessarily make that evaluation, Hale.
Hey, no trouble in my bar.
No, this is a bit we do normally. It's fine.
No
They
trouble.
shank me. Okay.
No, I don't
Put
want
it
to clean
away.
up the blood.
Listen, if you're going to stab me, that kind of null and voids the whole protector thing, isn't it?
So I am not going to stab you, more just reminding you that you can not find my presence entirely abhorrent. Not that I mind if you do, but I would prefer not to have some level of distrust present.
I have never said anything about your appearance, my dear. I'm simply here to wallow. Until we hit the road, anyway, and then I'll be my jovial self.
During this
You would-
conversation from bar to table, Hardy, the phantom parrot, alights from Hale's shoulder onto Vago's.
Okay, what the hell?
It's fine. They don't bite much.
Yeah, that's not that comforting. God, I just was struggling to figure out what all this is. Now, parrot? Alright.
Food, feed me.
I don't. What? Fine, I guess. Here. Vago will give a little scrap of his food to the parrot.
It falls right through the beak.
What? Okay, why would you ask for. Okay, what?
It's a
So many
phantom parrot,
questions.
Fargo. Phantom being the operative word here.
I have so many questions. On top of the questions I already have. Oh, God.
If Hati's bothering you that much, on Hale's hand there is a ruby ring, and there is a slot in it. He'll raise it to his lips, and just there's a silent whistle, and Hardy just there are
Gone.
phantom feathers.
Gone.
What
I'm
would
not
be
even gonna ask.
funnier if he screamed in anguish because he can't feel pain as he disappears?
He doesn't. He does not squawk in pain.
I'm not even gonna ask how any of that worked. Just, all right. You know what? Yeah.
Magic, my dear child, magic.
Some magic.
So, after our little stint here, where are we going?
Do you have a map? Do any of you have a map? Would any of or made a map in your travels?
Now you see, as someone with one will, no.
The max will in this party is 2.
We are not a bunch of learned folk. We are most
Himbos,
assuredly
bimbos, and thembos.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mariana's at least tracked like a little bit how far she thinks she went from home, but probably no sort of I can't imagine she passed too many huge landmarks or anything. Just sort of has just been trekking and said, okay, I think I traveled this far today.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How far have you traveled? How far is home from here? You can give me any arbitrary number you would like, Amber.
Say she's probably traveled a month.
Okay, so you traveled a good chunk along. So
Yeah.
in the game, you can travel. I think it's like 10 miles a day. So you've traveled a lot, a lot. You've probably, if you've decided to make note of them, you've probably come across several ruined villages already. Villages that have not been ruined, and a bunch of miscellaneous landmarks. If you want, you can do the first roll of the game, and do you have will?
No.
Okay, we can. How about this? So in this game, we'll still do the first roll of the game anyway. How well your map has come out so far. So in
Okay.
this game, there's something called a chance roll. If you don't have any dice in that stat that you have, you roll a single d10, and if it's a pass, it's one success, and if you get a 10, you roll again. So roll me a d10.
We're gonna use this is gonna be the first die of the game. I rolled a 3.
So that's a failure. You have no sense of your map is not coherent, at least not or is accurate. I could still get you a list later of like towns that you have passed by as well as landmarks, but it's not. You probably won't be able to follow it.
Yeah, I assume she's fairly, she's fairly just a lot of stamina, she's very, strong, so I'm sure she knows about how far she can go in a day, but I think direction wise and all of that, she probably is like, saw a town. It had 3 cows.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine it's like. It's like, okay, I know the sun rises and falls in this direction, so I can kind of tell where I'm going, but that's probably about it.
So, a question about Mariana's map making: is the town called 3 Cows, or is that just a ledger note?
I'm sure it's like town : 3 cows, 1 church, like 1 tavern.
Good beer.
Oh no, we can't do any of that.
Luce's
Allegedly
map
good beer.
Luce's map exclusively has ledger marks stating good beer, terrible beer, wine, but why would you?
Yeah. I imagine it's like out of 5 beer mugs, like one.
Mug of beer.
Yeah, like
That's so good.
that's the rating system is number of beer mugs.
Let's be honest, it's not a mug, it's full on tankard. Luce is not a like small mug lady. Luce is a tankard lady.
Big old tanker with a big old handle.
Like we're talking like Oktoberfest levels of size here. Like the big ass ones where you get and you're like, I don't know if drunk is something I become or something I will just continue to be for a long period of time.
You can't
Liz,
have a
what do you mean they
hangover.
have pints here? They've got pints?
Anyway, back to the whole
Sorry.
thing of where y'all are going. That was the original question that brought up the maps.
I think Luce will at that point. I imagine she's just like looking over at Mariana's like map and is just sort of like, child, what exactly have you done here?
Would you
Do you-
believe it if I said I don't know?
Remarkably, I would.
Okay, well, I don't. I know. She kind of like looks out a window and think home is that way. I think I've been that way. So maybe we shouldn't go that way.
I think she reaches over, and this is purely for my amusement. Like she turns the map the other way around because she recognizes one of the landmarks that Mariana has done correctly is upside down, dear. Like just turns it around. I don't think where we've been is of particular relevance because we have. What was it again? What was it? One of you told me, was it Vago? Something about a murder here? I was told something death related.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but anyway.
Yeah. Does anyone listen to gossip in the town?
The only other thing she does to entertain herself outside of fighting is just listen to people talk shit to each other.
Anyone who listened to gossip would know that about a month ago, there was a murder / slaughter at the Magnus of Cycles, which is a small group of people. Well, not small. It is a group of people of travelers and magicians and non-magicians or travelers alike, who killed the local print weaver. And then when they were found out, they were all taken out by a local traveling group of travelers. And since then, a new print weaver has taken up residence. A woman by the name of Kozis, I believe. Which you all would have met if you have gone to see the print weaver already. Because in order to come back alive, you need to... whenever you die, you get brought back to the last place you saw a print weaver. And it's like the quote-unquote save point where you respawn.
you think Kosis would maybe know where the nearest those villages that all got, I mean, maybe we should go find one of those. And saw a couple on my way here, I think. I didn't really go by them though. It's looked really rough.
Vago,
Yes.
I'd like you to roll me a will check, please.
Okay, I will do that.
So you will roll, or anybody who wants to, actually. So whoever doesn't have will can roll a luck die, and then who has the other will? I think that's Hale.
I've got the one.
You can roll the one.
All right.
It's a
let's see
luck
what we got.
die or will check.
Hale got a 6.
That is a success.
Hey.
Great, Vago has
Angela?
rolled a 5 and a 2.
Angela, what did you get?
An 8, so that is a success.
Yeah, perfect. Hale and Luz. While you are talking, while you're all at the table and talking, you do see a individual at a table near the door who has just kind of been there this entire time. But over like the last couple minutes or so, has been staring at Vago. And they right now stand up and walk out the door. Swiftly walking.
Hale is mid sip of their beverage, but has the raised eyebrow over to Luce. Like, did you see that? Should one of us go take care of that or something? Or it's fine. It's fine.
Luce has already gotten up and
Oh,
is going.
Have you paid your tab? Loose.
Like, very, very, very strongly thrown back. There's like a coin or what have you. I feel like this is probably a spot she's come back to. Even if it's recent that she's died, this is probably she is someone who does pay her tab. She is not a wet cat.
So Mariana and Vago, Luz has stood up like as if she was gonna go somewhere.
Oh, I'm assuming then Mariana would very quickly just, put things in her satchel and we've got to go. Like, if this is the deal, then we've got to go. So it's just packing her books in really quickly, and really she's sort of gathering her things, but those are the only 2 things she has out. So she's just like and quickly trailing behind Loose.
Vago, just a really quick question for you.
Yes?
Do you know anyone here, or?
No, you 3 are like the first people that I've actually really gotten to know since I came here.
Interesting. All right. Well,
Why do you ask?
oh no, I think something along the way, events permitting, involve you.
Oh, okay then.
There was a unscrupulous gentleman at the door staring daggers at the back of your head before leaving.
You didn't happen to see which way he went, did you?
Out the door, which, yeah. So, and not even counting the money in his coin purse, just puts a number of coins on the table, drains their drink, and starts walking. He probably overpaid.
Yeah, I think Vago will probably just slide some coins to pay for his drink and then just very hurriedly follow Luz.
It is about mid-afternoon at this time of day. As you you're the first to leave. I would like you to roll me another will check, please. Chance die, because there's a lot of people about. As I said before, this is the most crowded part of like city that you've ever been to or ever seen. And the Traveler's Rest is really close to the market, which is still very very busy.
That is a 7, so that is a success.
Yes, so you have 1 success. It's hard to see them in the crowd, but they are starting to lose some of their hair on the top of their head, and you are very tall. So you are able to at least see the general direction that they are going, which is northwest. Weaving through the crowd, with some kind of destination in mind. Mariana, Vago, and Hale are, I'm assuming, right behind.
an old con tactic of following the person in front of you by staring at the back of their head.
Anyone who has been here a couple days at least knows that in that direction are residential homes, as well as some higher end specialty shops that are not at the market. So mostly people who create by commission, as well as the dome-shaped building, very large, multi-storied place of the group that where the Magnus of Cycles does their work, where the people were slaughtered a month ago.
She's following.
Are you following quietly?
Clank,
Inconspicuously.
clank, 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 clank. Yes, she is trying to do it carefully.
Okay. If there's anyone who is trying to be inconspicuous, you all might be following loose, but you're still moving. So if there's anyone who wants to be inconspicuous, please roll me a dex check. I swear, Hale, if you fail this.
Oh, no.
You
Please.
know,
I don't think that Mariana has like the wherewithal to think like I need to be sneaky.
You are not.
I
That
don't
is
think I failed this.
that is one success. That is a 10. Is there anything that occurs on a 10 if I'm remembering it?
It explodes. Roll again.
Oh.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold on. No, that's a crit. Sorry, I'm thinking of chance dice. It does not. I don't think it explodes on a skill check, but I'll double check later.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it again. I was like,
it's the
it
chance
definitely
dice that
applies.
explode.
Yeah, it's the chance one. So I think that's only one success in that case.
Mhm.
Which is not bad for me. I have 3 that I rolled.
Vago has rolled 0 successes.
And Hale.
5 successes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
I got a 7, a 7, 8, 6, and a 10.
And the last one was a failure, I'm assuming.
Yeah, last one's a failure.
So surprisingly, in her massive armor, you rolled at least one success. You're not as loud or conspicuous as you would normally be, but you're still very visible. Just
I'm
this.
a big woman.
This.
I'm not. There isn't subtlety is not her forte. She knows dexterity by nature of knowing how to control her movement, but it's more like a kinesthetic awareness or spatial awareness, more than like a I am capable of being quiet kind of of effect.
Is it the Thor Ragnarok puts veil over mouth so they're incognito now?
Why, RJ? Why are you like this? I'm gonna enjoy this series a lot.
Well, Mariana and Vago, sorry, no. But Hale, how is this working for you? You sneaky little guy.
Just by the nature of Hale, it's more he fades into the background very well. So he's still walking with Mariana and Vago, just slightly behind them, maybe like 1 or 2 people between them. And when they look around, like, ready to go. Hi, I'm right here. And then just returns to fading into the background.
Okay. Hale and Luce, I want you to roll another perception check, please, for Will, to see if you can keep an eye on this individual.
No.
Yeah? How'd that go?
It's a fail.
Okay.
Definitely a fail.
It's also a fail.
Actually, I should probably roll. Hold on. Because I forget. I'm so used to playing diceless GMing games that I forget that I'm supposed to roll in this system. Okay, I literally got 4 successes, so you lose them. You lose them in the crowd. At some point, they take a right down an alley, or at least a side street, and you don't see them.
Uh-oh. Hale
It is a
will
little less crowded now that you're farther away from the market, but
Hale will break from his misdirection to jog up behind Luce. Well, this is a sticky pickle, isn't it?
They're capable, and I'm not enjoying someone being capable following us.
Maybe we should amscray, leave town for a bit. See if the heat does die down a little. Or we can go over kicking hornets' nests, whatever you prefer, honestly.
I sense if I kicked a hornet's nest too quickly, you would not be present for the consequences of it, nor would you survive more than one prick.
I can tell you I've survived many a prick. Heyo.
Mariana and Vago, how have you been taking this? Who you never saw who you were following in the first place. What is going through y'all's heads as you follow these other two who saw something suspicious?
I feel a little no thoughts, head empty, one track, follow loose is like the goal right now. Like, we don't know what's happening. Don't put any thoughts into what might be happening, because that's when the bad brain starts. So it's just like, follow loose, go where loose goes. Follow loose, go where loose goes.
Vago, on the other hand, is the exact opposite of Mariana. Head is just awash with questions like who was this person? Why were they staring at me? What were they doing? Why did they leave? Where did they go? Oh my god, what is happening?
And as your head is being filled with these questions and thoughts, as you've moved away from the more crowded part of town with these wonderful scents of food from the markets and food stalls and all these beautiful pieces of cloth and other artworks and just people hawking their wares. And you're getting into this more residential district and closer to that looming dome-shaped building in the distance on the other side of town. There's a sharp memory, just a couple sharp, quick flashes of memory in your head of you running down these streets empty at night, being chased by someone. Your hands are covered, bleeding ink. It's really hard to tell which descriptor it's supposed to be. But there's adrenaline, and you are running.
Vago's just gonna clutch his head as they're just reeling from these sudden flashes. Oh my god. What was that? Why was I... Dear, oh my god. What was all of that? Why was I... Oh god. So many questions. I just hope I can find the answers soon. Or... at all. They're just gonna shake it off and just look at the others, so... I guess that we lost them?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Ooh, lost who?
Strange person. Sorry, Jordan.
Person we were following. Person who was following us originally, or keeping track of us. Or rather, Vago over there.
Oh. That probably means they weren't a friend, right?
I guess? I don't know. Honestly, like... my head...
Well, what did they look like? Maybe we can keep an eye out for them?
Hale and Luce. This was probably like a middle-aged at least mask presenting man, whose hair is like shoulder length, but definitely balding on the top. Unfortunate genes, just for the hair. Wearing a very fitted jacket, but more or less working clothes, and an apron. Very sharp features and dark tan skin.
Well, they weren't exactly the adventuring sort. Some sort of common clothing, apron. I want to say unfortunate genes for some reason. Because they were balding at the top.
You think they work over here? We're in the part of town that's got like the nicer shops, right?
More so like by commission, not necessarily nicer, just like more some jewelry, some specialty clothing.
Should we look in the windows?
I've never been one to say no to a bit of window shopping.
You see loose immediately any money and whatsoever that she has on her person is being put in a spot much too high for Hale to reach. She senses her own money will begin to deplete as Hale begins to investigate things.
Window shopping, not not buying per se. We're looking for the balding man. I don't have a name.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think she gives a very like piercing look over at Vago, especially since Vago's like, is Vago still having the like, ow, what is this going on?
Yeah, they're definitely still like kind of clutching their head, feeling it a little bit, like almost like a minor headache.
I suggest we look into this a small amount, but if we find nothing quickly, then we either carry on to the next town or go and investigate more into this. But I say we not dawdle.
Just a
I
minute.
don't.
So Mariana will pull out her notebook and write a quick description of the person, lest she forget maybe what they look like or any details.
I think Luce starts heading over to see if there's anyone around, and I think if there's anyone who looks remotely like attractive, like feminine and like attractive, I think there's initial impetus where she like smiles and like starts to walk towards them, but then like as she starts approaching, like if any one of the other three members of the party are looking at her, they'll notice her face like suddenly looks very guilty and like sad, and she like starts walking away from them to try and find someone who doesn't look like as attractive, or to find someone who's like less feminine coded.
You are walking towards a young femme-looking individual talking with a friend, another femme individual, and then just suddenly veer. Where you see basically a young teen being a courier, couriering packages.
She calls out, but there's definitely like a moment where like she pauses and she's like processing why she did that. I don't think she actually understands why that happened, why that pause and that guilt is there. And then she goes, excuse me.
Oh, you're tall. Oh, sorry. Hi.
I get that a lot. Dear, word to the wise, it's not good to stare.
Can I help you? Sorry.
Yes, we're looking for somebody. And
Uh-huh.
calls over Mariana. Mariana, if you would be so kind.
Mystery man. Middle age. Mask. Shoulder length hair. Balding on top. Tan. Apron. Working clothes.
That was very helpful. I'm gonna roll for the young kid.
I would also like everyone to know that this is exactly what I wrote down as the description.
I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people that are balding and stuff and are old. My dad is one. So is my friend's dad.
Black hair? Just trying to remember other small details.
I'm sorry, but maybe you can maybe talk to Kozis. Kozis knows a lot of things and a lot of people, magic stuff. I don't know.
And I think Luce puts like a very comforting hand on her shoulder. Like, thank you for trying to help, dear.
You're welcome. I'm gonna get back to work. I gotta deliver some stuff. Sorry I couldn't help.
You're perfectly fine.
And he'll turn to you, Vago, super quick. You look like you need some herbs. It looks like you have a headache. You should get some of those.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, yeah. I'll do that.
And he looks at you for a second. For a longer second than he should have before going.
Well, that was kind of a bust.
Not really. We do have a name now. We can go check out if we want more information on this little side adventure.
You've all met Kozis. She is the local print weaver. And she is your current save point.
Sure, she knows a lot of people.
Understatement. You all also know that she used to work was a member of the Magnus of Cycles as well, before becoming the local print weaver.
I said that maybe we should go talk to her.
I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea, considering... Well, yeah, you said that she knows, basically she knows almost everyone?
She knows a lot of people.
She knows at least 5 people.
Hey, I mean, that's more than I know, so I'll take it.
Y'all just losing her shit.
I'm losing it over RJ dying over there.
I don't know why that hit me so hard, but that hit me really hard. She knows 5 people.
Well, at least.
At least.
4 of them are you.
And then the kid. That's what Mariana was thinking. Well, it's okay, well, there's 4 of us and the kid. So at least 5.
It was just said so earnestly. I'm like, you sweet bean.
She's not wrong.
She's not.
Screw protecting Hale, Luce. I'm gonna pay you to protect Mariana.
You don't worry about Mariana. You don't even worry.
Mariana with her 8 fucking strength.
Oh, that's right. You beefy.
Oh god, oh no.
So do you head towards Kozis' place? Yeah. Kozis is kind of in a centralized area of Vale Point. When you first arrived here, if you asked anyone hey, where's the local print weaver? You would have been told she's in the pit in the center of town. You'll know it when you see it. So you would go back to this general area, and essentially where Kozes lives and where the safe haven of Vale Point is a very large, circular, almost like a well. Probably like 20 to 30 feet across, stone tiled on the side with a staircase going around the inner perimeter. The outer inner perimeter of, and it goes deep and deep down. And at some point, it looks like there were beautiful cloths and fabrics of many different colors and patterns hung across from side to side to side in layers upon layers until you reach the bottom. But it looks like they have not been in the best repair. They are dirty or torn or ink covered. And after a very long trek down this staircase, there is a small living space, in the center of which is a well, an actual well this time, along with a bed and bookshelves, and a young woman who you all have once met already, named Kozis. Kozis is probably like 5'3", 5'4", mousy brown-haired woman, middle-aged, probably visually at least a little younger than you lose. And her hands are completely covered in ink, far up the forearm. And she looks sad and tired, and in ink, permanently stained, not tattooed. Upon her skin is just tear tracks of ink. And she's sitting on a chair with an open book on the table in front of her. She doesn't seem to be reading it, but as you come down the stairs, she turns and looks at you, not saying anything.
Is everything all right?
This is all the four of you. This is how she looked when you first met her too. This is not new.
Well, it doesn't hurt to ask.
The answer is the same as last time.
Well. Awkward. Someone else talk, please.
I've already stopped by and checked in. What do I have the honor? For 4 travelers.
It would appear as though we are 4 pursued travelers currently.
Not uncommon.
True.
And you would like my help how?
Mariana, if you would.
Okay. She pulls her book back out of her satchel. Mystery man, middle age, mask, shoulder-length hair, balding on top, tan, apron, working clothes, addition, black hair?
It's a gramophone that we have to wind up. It's a Mariana gramophone every time.
Uh-huh. And you want my help identifying this individual?
Please, if you could.
I can try. Travelers are akin to adventurers, though. What do you plan on doing?
We haven't really decided yet.
I just followed loose.
Yes, I too was just following loose.
A leader, I see.
Whether by choice or not. A conversation. Let's start with that. I'm not one to enjoy going that route. I would much prefer a less delicate touch. But I would like to know why they are interested in one of our party members.
At least someone has some restraint in the last month or so. I'll try. And she'll stand up. Body seeming to feel heavier than it actually looks. Before walking over to this well in the middle of this bigger well. And she takes the bucket and throws it in. If one of you, and she looks at Mariana or Luce, can help me pull this up?
And Mariana will nod and sort of scurry over.
You're very strong. She's just very weak, so I'm not going to make you roll for this. It does have a little bit of stick. As you begin to pull it up, it seems like whatever is down there is a little viscous than water. And eventually you pull up a bucket of pure black ink. Roll me your will check super quick, Amber.
Success. 1.
You got 1 success? There's also a sheen of dark red in it.
What's this? What's that? She'll point to sort of where it is.
She seems to be choking back tears for a second. The last print weaver, Mervyn. Body was found in the well.
Oh. Oh.
But you weren't here to ask about Mervyn, were you?
No. Suppose we weren't. Take a note about Mervyn in her notebook.
She dips her hand into the ink and fills her palm with ink. I have 1, 2, 3 successes. And she's looking for a very long moment. This individual is looking for Vago. Seems like you've run away from home, Vago, and they're looking for you.
That would explain what I saw, but why me? Why I can't be that important that they would send someone to look for me, right?
I see the man that you saw. Their name is Clive. Now that I have a look at their face, they were an old colleague of mine. Over up at the Magnus of Cycles. Are you a practitioner there?
No, at least I don't think so.
And she looks at you. And her brown eyes, previously brown eyes, are now a deep black. Are you sure?
Vago hesitantly nods, like almost like as if they're trying to reassure themselves and just make sure that they're remembering correctly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, best of luck in figuring this out, but that is all the ink has told me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Are the 4 of you going to be in Vale Point long?
I'm sure we'll be traveling soon enough. This is just a matter that I don't like leaving. I don't like threats being around us that we're not aware of. I like handling them as quickly as possible.
I would just be careful. There has been a lot of slimy people coming out of the Magnus. They were ingrained much deeper than I thought they were. As for traveling, just be careful. I'm saying this to every traveler that comes through here, but Providence has been quiet. And you would all know of Providence, essentially, or at least the general high-level lore. She who blesses you with ink and is the reason for your unending life.
I don't think we have anything to be too afraid of, but thank you for the concern. Our deaths will come when they do. There's nothing to fear about it when they arrive. And she says this, but almost like out of habit, she's like playing with her left hand, specifically her ring finger, and she like keeps doing like this one, like she's fidgeting with something that isn't there. She does not realize she's doing that.
To look at you as well, Hale. I know I resurrected you not too long ago. Are you going back out to find the rest of your friends?
Hopefully
Surprised
when
they weren't
this-
right behind you.
Same as I. Well, when this situation is wrapped up, I hopefully would like to hit the road with my current party. Let's hope you don't see me before then. Hmm?
For your sake.
Right, I'm going to. So, if you need me, I'll be over here.
If there's not anything else you need from me, have a lovely evening. She just kind of sets herself back at the table with the open notebook. Not really reading it or writing in it.
Mariana will just sort of shift her eyes between Moses and Luce, like, so, what do we do now?
Gives like the most cursory of like nods to Kosas. Like does not say anything else. Just sort of like disrespect, which I imagine at any given moment, Kosas has to always be at like a 45-degree angle to acknowledge Luz, because you said 5'3", and I'm like, my woman is a good foot plus taller than her.
Where are you going?
Vago, do you want to pursue this lead, or?
As much as I would like to say no, I don't think I can afford to leave this unanswered. All of this. I mean, all of this has to be happening for a reason. I just don't know why, and I have to know. I have to. The real question is, do all of you want to do it with me?
Suppose that means we go to the Magnus of Cycles, right?
I think so.
You ascend the well and the stairs that lead into the Printweaver Haven. And the entire city is covered in these interlacing arches, like completely over the city from top to bottom and from side to side. There are these arches with glowing runes etched into them. And if any of you have asked at any point, like, hey, what are those? You would have been told that this is the protection for the city that keeps monsters out and from wreaking havoc here. And the most interesting part about it is it's not made and maintained by ink, like all the other protections on settlements are made from. This was made by the Magnus of Cycles and is maintained by the Magnus of Cycles. It keeps the city safe and hidden. And as you are walking down the streets, which are a little darker just because of all of the rock above you from these arches, the sun just isn't as directly on it. It's as if you're kind of nestled in a valley. It begins to rain. But the rain is dark and black and syrupy. It is ink falling onto the streets and the buildings, your skin. But it's not falling from the sky. It's falling from the arches.
Hold out her hand to confirm what she's, so that she's not imagining.
On your armor, on your skin, on your hair. Ink.
That's not normal, right?
GM, is this a normal occurrence?
No.
Okay.
It is not.
No, I would not. He'll carefully pull Mariana's hand back and just pull out a handkerchief and drop it in the middle of their palm. Let's avoid touching the falling ink, shall we?
As you say that, it rains a little harder before it is a steady rain. And all four of you hear a very loud rat as straight ahead towards the market, a large piece of the arches falls, and you hear a loud rumbling of the earth as it lands. And that's where we're going to go to a quick break.
What? No. What?
That's where we're going to go to a break, everybody.
How dare you?
Oh my god.
So,
Oh my god.
so I was looking at this process for how you roll up characters again in this book, and
Yeah.
it looks really cool. Like if you just you use your thumbprints and everything, it's really amazing.
But anyway, hey everybody, we're gonna go to break shortly. So please stretch, pet your pets, and we'll be back. I don't know, 10-ish minutes. I don't know, but soon. Bye. Hello, everybody. We are back from break. I hope you hydrated and pet all of your pets for me. And if you didn't, I'm very sad. Before we left for break, our party just left Kozis's home well, where she gave some advice, gave a little bit of information. And when the group went back outside into the beautiful city of Vale Point, it was raining ink, falling from the arches crisscrossing over the city, which protects it from monsters. And a large chunk of one of those overarching pieces of stone fell in the distance, rocking the ground underneath everyone's feet. The runes on these arches, once glittering with magic in bright yellows and blues and pinks, flickered and dulled and faded, replaced with dark, viscous ink. And all of you just feel something in the pit of your stomach. It is no longer safe here. Those protections protected the city from monsters. And as this realization hits you, you hear another piece of stone fall, landing on a nearby building, crushing the roof in. What do? You hear yelling, some screaming from the residents.
Mariana goes to the building that was crushed with the hopes of if there's anybody that she can pull out that may have been in, she can find them and help them.
Okay. Hail loose, Vago.
Hale has, knowing it's no longer safe in this city, drawn their short sword and is running after Mariana. Buddy system! What happened to the buddy system?
Vago is just staring around in absolute disbelief as to what is going on. Like the amount of just 180 turns that is just completely just they're stunned. They're completely stunned and just don't know what to do.
So you're in the frozen in. You're stunned. You're frozen. You're staying right where your feet are.
Basically.
I think Luce, seeing Vago like going into a moment of like freeze and not moving, like rushes up to him and like grabs both of his their shoulders and goes, "Do you want to die right now, or do you want to live?
Live.
If
please.
you'd like to
Yeah.
die, then start praying or stay here. Otherwise, move."
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Luz and Vago, you lose sight of Hale and Mariana as they buddy systemed away. But Mariana and Hale, you are running through. Make me a dexterity check as you are fighting through crowds to try and get where you're going, essentially.
0 successes.
1, 2.
Or do you want to brute force your way through the crowds?
Oh, yeah, I think that's probably more like it.
Yeah, okay, you can roll your 8d10 to brute force through the crowd.
It's like the softest bean. Oh, how hard does she hit?
So hard.
Punches
Oh my
through a
God.
boulder.
3, 4 successes.
Okay. Hale.
I've got 5 successes.
All right. You are able to get through these crowds running past you in a panic, because as you are running, all of you see this, all of you hear this, more and more stone is falling. The rain is getting heavier to the point where it is starting to get obscured with the amount of ink and blackness in the air, coating buildings, your eyesight, your faces running down into your eyes. But eventually, Hale and Mariana, you do get to this building, which wasn't completely crushed. It definitely wrecked the top floor, like the roof or the very, very top floor. And it seems to be some apartment building complex of some sort. People are running out. But there's more falling debris. There's a lot more rain. And all of you begin to hear yelling and screaming closer to the town gates. Luz and Vago, where are you going? What are you doing? Since you have lost the other two, and all of this else is happening.
Vago, while being motivated to move, still isn't really sure of what to do in this situation, so they're mainly just gonna look to Luz as to, like, what do? Help, please.
Can you fight? Do you at least remember enough about how to do that?
Yeah, I can do that. Vago's gonna pull out a short mace.
And I think it's time we get ready for this. And she's had a short bow just to test her back like this entire time. It's just like getting it prepared, and you just Vago would probably distinctly hear a grumbling. God, I wish my sword was here. God, I miss my sword. It's like angrily muttering about wanting her great sword back that she doesn't have, but is looking towards the gates to see if there's something coming. Probably trying to move wherever she thought she last saw Hale or Mariana, but she's looking at the gates right now.
You don't have line of sight to the gates, so you can't see what's coming. Yeah.
God damn it.
Like I said, Kozis is kind of was centralized in a very large settlement, so you'd have to like get to a main road and then try and see through people that are running. Mariana and Hale, what are you doing after you get to this building?
You said the top of the building has been the most affected by this, so I'm sure Mariana's finding a way to get up to make sure that anybody that she passes is able to get out. It's a very firefighter like mentality right now. Yes,
Fire.
like going to the top, getting everybody out, seeing if there's anybody that needs her help.
Okay. You are able, it's only like the third floor. It's like, it's not super, super high. When you get there, you do see one person who seems to have injured their leg.
Oh, you are, I was gonna ask if you're all right, but you're not all right.
They're breathing heavily,
Okay.
beginning to hyperventilate.
Okay. Okay, I know it's really hard, but you just gotta.
What is happening?
Okay, we don't need to ask that right now because that's not important. Right now, it's just you and me, okay? Just you and me, right? Okay?
My leg.
I am sure it really hurts, but we're gonna help you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to pick you up. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So does all of your leg hurt or just part of it?
My ankle.
Your ankle? Okay. So I'm gonna scoop you up here, and she'll put like her arm gently on their back, and then like by like their thighs, and she'll be like, "Is it okay if I?"
Yes. Just do it.
Okay. And so she scoops him up, like she scoops him up, and it's like, "Is this okay?"
Let's just go.
Okay. And so she'll like fly as fast as she can to get them out of here.
Hale, what are you doing with Mariana?
Hale has found an elevated position on the ground, probably like a bunch of boxes or crates stacked on top of each other, and he's directing people, the flow of traffic, to the pit! You can walk to the pit!
You're gonna have to make some kind of persuasion check on this. Which would be a will check, because if you go to, you're talking about Kozis's pit, right?
Or wherever's the safest spot in town, wherever's centralized.
Centralized is definitely in terms of would be Kozis's like pit, but like there's no way out down there.
Do not go in the pit. Just go around it.
Okay. You'll have to make some kind of persuasion check to get people to go.
That is one success on a 9.
A couple people go, but unfortunately, you would need more than one will to get all of them. So some of them do. Some of them hear you. Some of them do go, but not as many as you would be hoping.
No, this is fine. At least I saved some people.
All right. Now, we're going to go into time sensitive. We're going to go into initiative, essentially. It doesn't need to be combat, but it will be time sensitive very soon. So, what I would like everyone to do is please roll dexterity. We're going to get the group quantity of dexterity. And that will be your initiative quantity order type thing. Please hold while I roll mine as well. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, God, that's a lot. So,
Do we have a threshold that we need to match or beat for the dice?
you do not. I just need you to all roll, and I'll get your quantities in a second.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
No, I just rolled a lot of successes for this creature. And then I need to roll 4 more for the other creature.
I'm
Which-
sorry, what?
What?
We're in danger.
Danger.
Okay. So what was the group total? How many did you get, Hale? How many successes?
4 successes.
4. How many for you, Luz?
1.
Mariana
1.
and Vago.
1.
Okay, so your group initiative is 7. And then okay. All right. So it's the 4 of you. What are you doing as more and more of the arches above the city begin to fall, decimating more buildings? The rain is heavy. And where the pieces are falling and from above and the pieces that haven't fallen yet, it's starting to become a heavy flow of ink coming out of the rock. You can go in any order you like because it's as a group. So one person wants to go first, another person does not. Whatever order you would like to do. But you still hear screaming. It gets louder and more panicked near the entrance. Mariana, you have this individual that you are firemen's carrying them with an injured ankle. But yes, any order you would like. What would you all like to do?
If Hale can see Mariana, he will yell towards them, "We need to regroup!"
Where's the safest place I can take them? And just is like, them. It's like,
Did you name them? Because we're certainly not keeping them. And he'll hop off the crate and begin to lead Mariana back to the pit.
Oh my god. So in combat, you can move. You have a movement, a free action, and a movement in action and a free action, basically.
Okay. But it would be a will check to try and spot Luce and Vago, correct?
Yeah.
Well,
But I would give it an advantage because Luz is fucking tall.
All right. So that's a
Tallness is a gift in some circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. Go. Don't. Out of the 2 dice, 2 successes.
Yeah, you can spot Luz. They didn't get super far. The building was kind of close to where y'all were, so but like she's on the edge of your vision, like way down the road.
As my action, I'm going to pull that ruby ring up to Hale pulls their ruby ring up to their lips and blows and summons Hardy, and will send them after Luz to kind of corral them back to where Mariana and he are standing.
Your spectral phantom parrot flies off, beginning to make their way towards Luz. It will take like a round to get there, so next round.
That's fair.
Mariana is looking around, is sort of trying to look at the sky to see where things have fallen, and trying to find a place where maybe that has already fallen, but still has some structural safety, because obviously this is a much bigger scenario than just this one person needing help. So finding this person a safe place to be until there's more information and things are better established is her priority.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom check to see if you can find the best safe place that you can put them. The least dangerous place.
That's a 10.
Okay. There
on my
is.
chance, right?
Yeah. Oh, it explodes on a 10 for a chance dice. Roll again.
Okay, so just the one success.
Okay. There is a large piece of rubble that kind of has made a like two pieces have already fallen, but there is structured in a way where there is a little crevice underneath that it would be sheltering from more falling rocks.
So Mariana will move towards that small makeshift shelter, and he'll sort of gently shove this injured person in there and say, "It's not the best, but you'll be safe."
You're leaving me?
It's. I understand that this is a crisis, but look at all of these people, and she'll sort of just gesture out to the panic everywhere. I will be back, I promise.
And you go. You don't wait for more.
Nope.
Okay.
That means I'm gonna die.
Luz and Vago.
Said there's crowd now of people who are still trying to push through and are kind of blocking the site right now. Yes.
Which direction are you looking? Towards the gates?
I'm looking at the gates, but if there's no clear basically if there's no clear line of sight to even see what might be coming that way, then it's a matter of we need to actually get back as a group as soon as possible. So I think she just starts trying to push through the crowd if need be in order to try and
back
clear
where you
path for us to actually know where to go.
Back towards the group or towards the gates?
Towards the group.
Okay, roll strength check to strength or dex, but I'll let you choose. But
it's strength.
Yeah, I figured you were going to choose strength. You can do it. You also have a lot of strength.
That's 5 successes.
You are able to easily push through the crowd. Vago, what are you doing?
Vago's probably just gonna follow Luz through the crowd and try to at least keep up. See if he can find the group. So yeah, I guess
You can use dex or strength, but you'll be at advantage because Luce is clearing a very easy way for you.
I will use strength.
We only have one non-strength based person here.
Yeah.
A wet cat is useful every now and then. He can be our dex person.
How many successes? It's on a
4.
5 to 10. Okay.
4.
Yes. So you are able to begin making your way towards where you saw Mariana and Hale go. And you all see this spectral parrot going in the direction of y'all. Since you're moving in the direction that they went, you kind of meet halfway. So I'll say you meet the bird one round early because instead of moving away, they don't have to go all the way towards you. The parrot perches on your head, Luce. That way.
Have I stated enough that I don't like animals whatsoever? But she's actually very affectionately petting it in complete contrast to what she's saying.
Perfect. Now, I would like everyone to please roll me a dex check for me.
The music's not helping.
No, it's
I'm
not.
I should
No,
be
it's
okay.
not.
I should be fine. And then I just hear static shock, and I'm like, this is going to be bad.
All right. What did everybody get, please?
I've got 1 success on mine.
What's this for?
You'll see. How many successes?
Okay.
Hail, please. Hail, please.
I got 1.
Okay.
I got 2.
Okay, so 1 and 2.
Yeah, 0.
Oh,
That's-
0.
But
Okay,
1120.
Yeah.
So I've got a total of 3. So Hail, take 1. Luce, take 0. Mariana, take 1. And Vago, how many did you get?
2.
2. Take 1. That's going to be removed 1 from your strength pool, because when you take damage, it starts off at your strength pool and then it goes into your vitality. This will go from your current points, not your max points, as more debris falls and hits you hard. So Mariana and Hale took damage, but Luce and Vago, your armor is protecting you a good little bit. It's probably a little more dented, but it's doing its job. All of you here also hear yelling from the gate, some of which are immediately cut off. And
Ow.
and from the other direction, towards the back, well, no, not towards the back, towards the northwest, you hear more screaming. And then we're back at the group.
I think a big chunk of debris just hits Hale square in the back, making him stumble onto the ground, and he's just pushing himself up. Ow! Mariana!
Who has also taken a huge blow of chunk, to her body. In reaction, Mariana's going to remove her shield from her back and use it as like a umbrella of sorts.
Okay.
So she can raise her OB to 3.
You may do so.
And will move towards Hale in sort of please stand under my umbrella and let's go to where we need to be.
All right. Are you doing any your shield, where it's not on your sheet, but it's in technically on your pack? So
Yes.
in order to quickly grab an item during combat, you need to roll to do so. So it's not in your pack, but I'm going to just assume it's number 4. Slot 4. So you need to roll a die to see if you can get it out quick enough in this round. So you need to roll 4 or higher.
I rolled a 3.
It's latched on your back. You can't get it out. Not while running.
She's like, she didn't know how to put her books in her pocket. She can't take a shield out of her bag in one turn. So she's sort of shielding with her arm and fishing with her other. It's
Trying to
let's
get it
just
out.
and pointing with her elbow, let's go that way. And she points towards the cutoff, screaming at the gate.
So are you both moving for your actions?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will say if you just do nothing but move, you can get to Luce and Vago.
Excellent.
I'm good with that.
Luce and Vago. Hale and Mariana are here.
Oh, thank God.
If you are going to hire me to protect you, stay with me. You fool of a man.
True.
Sorry, sort of impulsive. I thought you read that on my resume. What's going on over here?
I will let this conversation go as long as you would like to, as long as you just are cognizant that there will be more screaming at every point.
She is already going towards it. It's I don't want to be a hero, but also fighting, therefore worthwhile. Let's go. Just starts leading the way towards where the screaming is.
Okay. So we're heading towards. Okay, we're heading towards screaming. Okay, then.
Told you we were going to have to fight.
Oh, yeah, but okay.
It's either fight or die. Or there's other options, but those are the ones that are forefront on my mind.
Fight, I guess. God. All right.
Same as before. You hear more yelling, and the four of you see the folks, the citizens here that were running towards the gate are starting to turn around and backtrack, running back into the city. As you're moving forward and towards that direction, you are having to fight through the crowd. I'm not going to make you roll for this time. And you also hear, what's the best way to use this? A blorbling sound getting closer from a side street. Yeah, I'm going to stick with blorbling. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dear God, if you've put some variant of a gelatinous cube in this game, I'm leaving this campaign entirely.
All right,
I do
bye,
not want to
Angela.
do it.
Bye.
God damn it. Oh, God. Oh, I hate gelatinous cubes so much.
Just don't touch it. It's fine.
It's not. I don't want to touch it. It wants to touch me.
Anyway, that's what happens in terms of sounds and screaming, and it's back to your turn again.
Do we have any line of sight on anything coming, or we're just hearing the blorble?
You hear the blorbling, but I will say, as you get closer to the gate, you do see monsters. You see monsters making their way into the Veil Point. Some, as well as bodies on the ground, some of which have been unfortunately wrecked. You see a silver-coated beast with sleek metal fur that shines off of the light, which is immediately getting covered in ink as it enters the city. It has two very large talons and almost this kind of like bird-like but flightless. So more like a dodo or an emu, but very large. Like, actually, no, it's not large. It's about the size of an emu. And there's like a small flock of those. As well as a larger beast with grimy looking fur, much worse than Hale's hair. And it's slicked back with also more talons, but with multiple. Like 4 of them, like 4-legged. And that is just easily slicing through people as it makes their way into Veil Point.
Oh.
You do not see what makes the blorbling.
How, like, in terms of distance, how far away are the Dodos of Doom?
You have to be a little cassowary about them.
Oh my god. Bye, we're done. We're done. Okay.
Sir Heck also said it in chat.
Oh my god.
We were not the only ones to cast the stone.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Y'all are terrible. It's great. I love you. The range. I would be saying short range.
Short range.
Yeah. So one range increment.
Okay. I could probably hit them with the bow in that case.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. In that case, at least my turn, short bow. I'm just like, nope. If we let multiple things get anywhere near us, it's going to overwhelm us by sheer numbers. You have to reduce the numbers quickly. So
Correct.
She's going to just start trying to take aim with the bow and fire at those damn things.
Yes. So you can use strength or dex for your bow, and you get to add an extra 2d10 to that. So
it will be 9d10 to roll. So
yeah, and you can always add more from your pool as well if you would like to.
I'll stick with the 9d10 for this situation if you don't mind.
Okay, perfect. I would love to know how many successes you got.
2 successes.
Out of 9?
Yep. There was a lot of 1s, 4s, and 5s in there.
Their feathers seem to be made out of metal, and it bounces off. These dodos of doom have OB3.
I figured that might be the baseline for some of these things, given the metallic mention. Damn it. Oh well, she's staying where she's at, so that's, I think, it for the turn.
If anyone can make a strength check, you can make it there. If you succeed on a strength roll to get through the crowd, you can get to the beasts to also do an attack. They're that close within a range increment.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Strength or dexterity if you want to weave through the crowd.
5 successes.
You can get through.
5 as well.
Correct. You can get through.
5.
You can all get through. What would you like to do? And you see a small flock of the dodos of doom, which I'm just going to call them now, and this large, grimy, furred, four-legged beast.
Hale swings his short sword, pointing at the dodos. Potatoes or meat? And then points towards the grungy giant monster.
It's up to you.
That's gonna suck. I'm gonna go for the dodos.
Okay. There's like it's like 2 or 3. There's not a lot.
Okay.
But they're still wrecking shit.
Weapons. Light is plus 1d10, so that's 7d10.
Yeah, so you have a medium weapon.
And then for damage is strength or dex plus 2d10. Okay.
Yes, so strength or dex plus 2 extra d10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
You got 5 successes, and you are able to make contact. The metal feathers still seem to negate some of the blows, but you are able to do a little bit of damage.
So it's 2d10. Don't.
Well, you can only hit once.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were rolling again.
Oh, for the. Oh no. Okay, it's plus 2d10. Okay.
Well, no, so you're good. You don't have to. You already hit. You already did your damage. So the way damage is done is the amount of successes over the OB number is the damage you do to it.
Copy. Gotcha.
So if you roll 5d10 of successes and it's OB2, you do 3 damage. So
Gotcha.
attacking and damage are all done in one roll. And if you meet the OB number, the creature can do something called the creature can do something called a parry and get an attack of opportunity in response.
That's rad as heck.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn. Running up to one of the ostriches and just giving a quick stab before backing away.
Perfect. Mariana and Vago.
Mariana would like to, because she was carrying someone, she didn't have anything in her hands. So I would like to take out her sword.
Your heavy weapon.
Yes, and takes it out and is able to unnaturally hold it in one hand. It looks like this thing should be hefty, but she's got it one-handed.
How jealous is loose.
So much anger for various reasons. There was only one reason she was angry now it's 2 reasons.
But would like to under her breath mutter meat, and goes kind of feral almost, her eyes get kind of wild, and will go after the big greasy grease guy.
Roll 11d10
Jeez.
to attack this thing.
My god.
How many successes do you have?
2, 3. 4 successes.
Oh, jeez.
I rolled
Okay.
low.
Also, when you get zeros on your attacks, please let me know how many you get. Because if you get a number of crits equal to the OB number, you crit and do something extra.
Okay.
So you are able to do a little bit of damage. Probably not as much as you were hoping, but a little bit. And Vago.
All right, so Vago with stone mace in hand, he is going to attempt to take a swing at one of the Dodos of Doom.
One that has been hit already or one that has not been hit?
He'll probably just dogpile on the one that has been hit. Might as well.
Okay, that's fair. So it is a light weapon, so it is dex plus 1 extra d10. So you'll roll 3d10. Actually, you will never be able to succeed on doing damage to this thing with your light weapon being from dex.
Unfortunate.
But you could roll to see if it parries against you or not.
Here's hoping. One of them fell. All right. That is 2 successes.
Unfortunately, it's also just dexterous as fuck, so you don't even land a hit, unfortunately. So, this big beastie, which we're just gonna call Meat from now on. So we're just gonna call it Meat. Turns to you, Mariana, because you did just hit it. And takes a swipe at you with one of its very large talons. So, what is your OB?
Without the shield, it's 2.
I'm sorry in advance.
Oh no.
I'm sorry in advance because it got 3 zeros, which is a crit. It's going to be a crit on you. So
Yeah,
1,
we're gonna
2,
we're gonna
3,
lose somebody
4,
first combat, folks.
5, 6 successes against you. And that's doubled because it's physical damage. So you take 12 points. It starts off in your strength pool and then goes to your vitality.
Your strength pool hit 0.
You can't use any extra die.
Just want to make sure nothing else special happens. Spectacular. How many did you say that was again? 12?
Total 12.
Got it. Cool. We're fine. Everything's cool. I'm alive.
Yeah. One of the dodos, one of them does go after you, Hale. Just gonna go for whatever exposed flesh is visible. And it's gonna go for... Oh, I think a light weapon is only dexterity, so... Can't pierce your armor. It's just going at you. But the other 2 go after civilians. And we're back. You all hear blorbling in the distance.
Ominous blorbling.
Ominous blorbling and more streams being cut off. Now it's back to the group.
Every part of me is just like, why did we follow the plot? Why did we choose to stay and follow the plot?
You could have ran, and I would have not have stopped you.
You know what? Fair. I know the decisions we've made.
This is true. If it isn't the consequences of our own actions.
Yeah.
Question, Mer, is there any sort of mechanical disadvantage that happens when like a ranged weapon is being done like right up with an enemy?
No. I'd give you advantage for being point blank.
I love you. She's gonna take a shot at it from at the dodo that's already been hurt.
Okay.
Because she's like, we need to start killing these things quickly so that we can focus fire more on the big boy. Absolutely. Because meat is a problem. Meat is a big problem. So yeah, medium weapon. So dex or strength with your 2 extra d10. Let's see if I can do better than the 2 that I did last time. And you're attacking the one that
Was already hit. Oh no, did we drop a die? Curious. No?
Nope, only 2.
Just 2 successes? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just very dexterous, as well as just that armor. That metallic feathery armor is just not agreeing.
At every single miss, all she is thinking is, I want my sword back, for Christ's sake.
Give me my sword!
Sword. Just she is going to run up close to be in range of the dose, because they're going to come after us anyways.
Mhm.
Like at
Okay.
this point, we've already pissed them off, and the big
Yeah.
boy. So she will move closer so that she's with her allies. At least if she dies, she's next to them.
All right. Rest of the group.
Mariana will, I'm assuming, got a big old swipe all the way across and is like, just kind of like, it's, and we'll attack again.
Go for the meat. Attack the meat.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this time.
All right, and how many zeros?
0.
All right. So yeah, it has its OB is 2, so you're able to do 3 damage. And tell me what you do. How does this work?
So Mariana, with the sword, right-handed sword it just sort of like wipes the grime and the blood and all the ink off of her face, and just takes it, like she's like, and then takes the motion from her wiping her blood and goes backhanded that way to slice through the creature.
Perfect. Hail and Vago.
I think Vago's gonna attempt to make another swing on the dodo that they tried hitting. So here's hoping.
You can do it.
5 count as successes on attacks?
No, 6 is 6 to 10. It's 5
One.
if you have advantage, which you don't.
One. That is a
Yeah.
1 success.
Nope. Nope. Sorry.
I was so close.
It's like you're making contact with it, but it's just like not doing any fucking damage. Sorry, my dude.
Vago laments his dex.
Poor dude. Hail.
It's time to play RJ's favorite game of Is There a Limit? Is
Scared.
there a limit to how many points I can spend out of
No.
my dice pool?
No, there is not.
Oh.
Hale saw Mariana take a very chunky blow. He stabbed into this dodo and kicked it away from him to make some space,
Mhm.
turns on his heel and exhales. There is, just for flavor, a blackening of his arm. I'm going to dump 6 points of dexterity into this attack.
You can do that.
Oh dear god.
I'm
So you're-
rolling 12d10.
You have a short sword. You're rolling 14d10 because
14d10.
it's your base 6. You're dumping 6, which is 12, and then you have the 2 extra from your weapon. So you're using 14d10.
I don't have that many dice. I'm going to use an online roller.
That's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my god!
What'd you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes and a 10.
110?
Yeah, 110. Would that count towards the successes? Because then that's 9 successes.
Yeah, 10 counts towards successes, so it's 9 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us what you do when you give this thing a hefty blow. What does this
Everyone-
look like?
For a moment, it's like that sort of stillness in combat where everyone sees Hale for a moment, and then he blends into the background. just like this smear of ink left in its place. He appears above Meat and just does a plunging attack downward, Dark Souls style. Wrenches the sword free and then flips forward next to Mariana.
You gotta have a cool flip. I think that was everybody, right? Did Mariana go yet for this round?
Yeah, I did my backhands.
That's right. Thank you so much. All right. Beast lets out a roar of pain and turns its attention towards you, Hale. So, let's go.
Ruh-roh.
Oh no.
I rolled, and you're lucky. I rolled the wrong dice late earlier for Beast. I rolled strength when I'm supposed to be rolling dex. So you're very lucky. So I am sorry, Mariana.
It's okay.
But I'm not taking back the 12. It's too late.
It's flavor
It's too
12.
impactful.
It's not.
Welcome
So
to
I have
Flavor
1,
Town.
2. So I rolled 2 successes against you, Hale, which means you can parry and do a attack against it. Because it missed and it hit your OB.
Alright.
So yeah, parrying, you will roll like normal if you were attacking.
Ooh, okay. 5 successes, 2 of which are 10s.
Yeah, so this is a physical weapon, correct?
Yes.
So double damage is inflicted on a crit. So that is 10 points of damage. -2 for its OB. So it gets 8 damage total. It looks bad. Not down and out yet, but bad.
Just a big meaty claw about to swing down at him. Hale spins and stabs into the arm to parry it away from himself.
And some dodos.
Oh no, I forgot about the dodos.
Yeah, the dodos
They're
are
there.
the dodos are still not happy. Which will be at you, Hale. Which is 0 successes.
I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me.
Man, everyone hates Hale, huh?
But the other 2 dodos have left the flock and are going to wreak havoc on people much less capable than the 4 of you. More blorbling. Which is moving farther away this time.
They saw Hale with that attack and it was like, ooh,
No.
Specifically that sound.
No, but the blorbling happens. You hear it.
It's never felt so anxious. So much anxiety associated with the term blorble.
Warbling.
And it's back to the group.
Important question, because I did not understand this mechanically and I was worried about this. So, no matter what with our weapons, we're rolling attribute score. Points are just spent, but they're also part of our defense for for holding back it hitting our vitality. That's the risk of spending them, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that changes things, because I wasn't going to touch these, because I was like, wait, but I'd be rolling less every time if I kept
Nope.
spending. I was like, no.
You
the
always
attribute
roll your
score-
base number.
Got it. That changes some things. So she sees more people getting hurt, and she's like, oh, for the love of... And I'm going to spend 3 strength to fire and try and kill one of these fucking dodos, because I'm tired of missing,
Cool.
damn it.
Which one are you going for?
Is there one of the ones that went towards the people that was already hurt?
No, that one's kind of trying to fuck up Hale.
Technically, my job is to protect him, as I've been hired on, so I will aim for that one solely to get it off of Hale.
Oh.
So that is the 7 at base, +2, plus the 3 I have spent.
Correct.
So...
You'll be rolling 12d10.
Okay.
You can do it. I'm just gonna make weird blorble noises while we wait for results. Blorble, blorble, blor, 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 blor.
I hear like the Sonic Underwater like panic music when you say
Right.
blorble.
No.
I want to know how many successes.
Fun to
Yes.
roll that many.
3 with 1 crit. 3 with 0. Sorry.
3 with 1 crit out of 12 dice.
Out of 12 dice. There have been
That's
so many
insane.
1s, 3s, and 5s here. I'm so mad.
I
That's
feel that in my
insane.
heart.
Ooh.
That's technically a parry, but it's not close enough to hit you.
Yeah, I'm not useful during this fight, folks.
Yes, throw it in dice jail.
No, I refuse. They're also the only D10s I have, so I can't actually throw them in dice jail.
Okay. All right. What about the rest of the group?
Mariana would like to crouch and roll to the side of meat. So it's just like kind of like sideways, like if you were playing Dark Souls.
Hmm.
What is that game?
And would like to take another stab at hitting meat.
Hit meat. Hit meat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 crit.
So this is towards meat, you said?
Yes.
8 and meat. So I can't do math, I'm sorry. Yeah, how do you kill this thing?
So
Yeah.
So she rolls and does a nice wind back and swings into its side. I'm assuming hitting between some ribs, getting in through there with a nice accuracy, just sliding right in.
And it collapses with a large thud onto the ground. Vago and Hale.
Now, tell me if this is a little out of pocket.
Oh dear.
Mhm.
I would like to jump on top of one of these emu and ride them towards the other two like a mount.
Okay, this is going to require a couple checks. You're going to have to do a dex check to get on.
Okay.
And then you're going to have to brute force it to move in the direction you want it.
Okay. I can get on. I definitely know I can get on.
This is going to be hard.
Or, why overcomplicate it? I can just stab them.
No, be hailed. Do crime.
Be hailed to crime. I need that on the shirt.
Merch! Somebody
Let's
mark
go.
that down. That's merch.
Alright.
Be hailed to crime.
You're going to have to succeed. You're going to have to get 5 successes. This is like between moderate and hard.
Okay. 1, 2. No. Well, no, actually. No. Because 5s don't count. It has to be a 6.
It has to be a 6, yeah.
Only 4 successes.
Yeah, so you try to do this, but it goes around and tries. Because of this happened and you try to do something like this, you getting up really up in its face, I'm going to say it gets an opportunity attack on you for this.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to try that again. I can't do. It does not hit you. You're all kind of realizing that at least with a couple of you, at least with Vago, you can't hit it, but it can't hit you, and yeah, basically. At least it won't be able to do a lot of damage to Hale or Vago. It has a hard time hitting. Actually, all of you. These things can't hit you very well because of your armor.
Good.
Good.
I can't hit it either, so we're in a stalemate.
What would you like to do? But some of you are also having a hard time hitting them. I can't. Who didn't go? I'm sorry. I lost count of who went.
I murdered meat.
Yeah,
You
he
murdered
was
meat. We're having trouble with arrows. You just tried Vago. That's you.
Yeah, it's Vago. So Vago, seeing Hale do the empowerment they just did with that little ink going up their arm, Vago's feeling inspired to try that.
All right, let's do Vago.
Yeah, so Vago will be aiming for the dodo that they've been trying to hit, but this time we'll be pouring 2 points of strength into their attack.
So this is a light weapon. The light weapons are based off dex, so you have to use dex.
Oh, sorry, dex. They'll be using their dex.
Okay. So you'll be rolling a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5d10.
Let's see how this goes.
See how it goes. Where are we at? How many successes?
That's a face.
Yeah. Yeah, so you try. You try really hard. But these are wily little motherfuckers. And these... What?
This just ain't Vago's day.
It
No,
ain't
it's not.
Vago's day, it ain't Luce's day, it's only Hale and Mariana's day. Well, actually, it's only Hale's day. Mariana got fucked up by a claw.
She killed something.
It's your
But-
Mariana did kill someone.
These creatures, they're not very intelligent, but they realize they're not doing a very good job at, like, attacking you. So the one that has been, like, trying to be beat on begins to run. So I'll say Vago and Hale, if you want to get an attack of opportunity on it, you can. But it seems like it's going to run and maybe go fuck something else up.
Can I use something other than my weapon, say a scroll, to use attack opportunities?
Melee, I'm pretty sure it's only melee attacks.
Okay. Copy that.
Let's do this.
Actually, it says action of opportunity. Targeting you or the other enemy. Checks resolve as normal. Creature takes damage. You know, you can use a scroll. I'll say
attacking or casting a scroll.
Yeah, so yeah, no, you can do a scroll.
I want to be haha funny.
Okay, to use a scroll, you need to expend 1 will point. You need to use 1.
Oh, so I guess I can't even hit their OB then, because my will is only 1.
Correct.
So I'm better off just attacking. Okay.
Go for it.
I need to get my will up.
Attempting to cast a scroll costs at least 1 will point.
Mhm. Alright. 4 successes with a 10.
Yeah, you are able to hit it and do a little bit of damage.
2.
Yep. It just flees. You catch its tail feathers. All of the dodos have yeeted. The blorbling is far away and you have killed meat. For ease's sake, I'll say if you want to be out of initiative, you can. The dodos and the blorbling will continue on, but you do not have to be part of combat. And if you want to hop back in at any point, you may do so. And I will judge the amount of time passed as appropriate.
I think regrouping, we kind of split off and then split off. I think regrouping and creating a plan is going to be important if we want to be a team. Mariana will, after having killed me, kind of like has tapped into this like feral part of her, and comes out and is like, sort of like, you know, like it takes a moment. Is like, where am I? Like, what happens? And is like, and then looks around and sort of realizes the chaos that's still happening. Has a moment of like panic and is starting to look for Luz. And it's Luz.
Luce is like right near you. She's running up right next to you. I'm here.
Oh gosh. Okay, so the dodos?
Dead. You killed the big one. Very nice job.
Okay,
She says very begrudgingly.
It's okay. The blah blah. So that's like what about the blah blah?
Let's use your words, please.
That's what it sounds like, right? Like water going down a drain.
Marianne was right. It did sound like that. Yeah. Yeah.
What about that? What is that?
Your guess is as good as mine, honestly.
Okay.
Are we staying to help more, or are we not? My
As
role is
you
to
are-
protect you.
As you have been fighting and such, though, maybe at this point you only really notice, after not being mauled, continuing to be mauled, the ink that has been flowing from the arches has flowed enough to the point where you are stepping in like half an inch of ink wherever you're walking. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No worries, no worries. If we stay, this is going to become very difficult to move, and it will be very difficult to even try and run. If we are staying and trying to help, we need to make that decision now. I will stay by you, and I will do what I can to protect you, as I've been hired to do, but we need a decision now.
We have to help. We have to.
You do not have to, but if you want to, stand by that decision.
Ooh, and that hits her really hard when you say you don't have to, you want to. And she thinks about it for like a couple of beats. And it's like, in her mind, it's like, do I feel like I have to help her? Is this something that I want? And a few beats later, it's like, yes, I want to help.
You are risking going to die. Are you aware of this? This will be painful if you die.
What's one more, right?
Good answer. Now, Vago, Hale, are you coming with?
Show me where the party's at.
Fantastic. Vago, are you coming with, or would you like to run? You're more than welcome to run.
Honestly, I would like nothing more than a run right now, but no, I've come too far. I can't. I finally found answers here. I can't just leave.
Good. Then we stay, we fight, and we die if need be.
Okay.
You.
Sorry, go ahead, finish.
With that, if that is the case, to a good death, everybody.
Okay. I'm not going to make everyone go through the rest of the combat for this session, but I would like to propose a solution to figure out how this ends. In my other games, Invisible Sun, I use the Sooth deck, which is a divinatory narrative tool.
Oh god, tech. Oh, no.
I propose and would like to suggest I pull a card from the deck to see how well you get through this and whether you die or not.
Listen, as someone who is pulled from a deck of many things 4 times in my TTRPG career,
Oh my god.
say let's do the deck!
As someone who tried to jump on a ink emu, please mess us up.
You know what?
Angela.
We've already,
Go, Vago.
I was gonna say we've already been rolling the dice. Might as well pull from the deck now.
Angela?
I'd just like to state for the record that you all need to speak very clearly when you say the word deck. That's all I'm going to say.
So is that a
Let's
yes?
go for it.
Okay,
Yes,
my
that
deck
a
is over
yes.
here. Let
I
me
just
pull
want to
my
state that for
card.
the record. When you were not clear saying that word, it sounds like something else.
All right. The card I have pulled is the Savage Sword. Meanings: war, savagery, strength, violence, and brute force. Which is, the deck always fucking knows, even when we're not playing Invisible Sun. What the actual fuck?
Oh my god.
The 4 of you begin to make your way through the rest of Vale Point, eventually taking down the remaining emus that you see, as well as coming across an ooze. It is grimy and it has specks of metal on the inside.
Oh, makes sense.
It has specks of metal on the inside and just kind of, it licks things to death. Like a big slap of ooze just smacks people, and it's really fucking gross. and you do kill this thing. And when you kill it, it explodes and it death throws.
Oh.
Somehow, miraculously, none of you die. You are injured. I will say some of you take some injuries from this. I will say 1, 2, 3. Anyone who has OB2 takes 1 damage. Everyone, hold on. No, sorry. OB3. If you have OB3, you take 1 damage. If you have OB2, you take 2 damage.
Is this your strength or vitality?
Strength first, then vitality if you've run out of
That's what I
strength.
figured.
Does that bring anyone to 0 death? To death. Okay.
Yeah.
You take damage, and this thing explodes. And all of a sudden, it is quiet. It is deathly quiet as you take stock, and people are injured. Many are dead, but more are alive because you took down some of these creatures. But there is talk around the town as you listen, as you have taken out these monsters that have made their way into Vale Point because the protections failed. It's safe now, but it won't be safe for a while if you stay here. Yes, you are trained more so than other people, like the civilians. You are lucky that you can come back to life. But if you stay here, it will be a cycle of vicious rebirth, and more people will die regardless.
I don't think Mariana sees the success with everybody who lived. She only sees the people who died and can't see the good come out of it because so many lives were lost.
It is quiet as the 4 of you have regrouped to figure out your next steps. Other people who are very well versed in taking care of injuries and wounds. There are a couple travelers around as well that are versed in healing, like actual healing magic, who also assist. So you don't have to worry about keeping watch, but you have a moment to yourselves.
As the party is standing around, Hale is just back into this ink on the ground. He is at 0 strength and 0 dexterity. He is exhausted. Just breathing. So, about leaving. I don't think I could do this every day.
Honestly, neither do I. So much death.
I wanted actually to ask the table something on a level of would folks be okay if there were descriptions given of like someone passing in someone's arms?
I'm okay.
Okay. Just checking, because I think there's probably a moment in all of this where, like, especially if Mariana is really, like, if this is hitting her hard, I think Luce, for a lot of it, she tries to keep the same relatively like surly like demeanor she's had, like kind of maybe chiding Hale for being kind of flippant about it, like trying to tell her it's like deaths will come for all of us. That'll be what our fates are. But I think there's a moment where she, because you said like there are people who are healing, but there were folks who were pretty banged up. I think there's probably a moment where for one of those folks, she's like, there's almost like a moment of recognition on her face. She goes and she's like holding her. It's like, you don't need to worry about this. You're going to be okay. It's going to be fine. You're not going to leave again. And I think the person is like holding out their hand. And then the hand just kind of drops. And there's just something she just can't. And it's pretty visible, like when that happens too. She like has a whole moment of, I think, pretty much dissociating. And then she snaps out of it and she just like carries the body over to where any of the other bodies might be being collected, if anything. And tries to go back to the group and just acts like that didn't happen.
Mariana is kind of sunk into the ground and put herself into like a small, to be very small, like when a little kid like hugs their knees and as they're like their head on their arms, and she's just looking around at all of this that's happening. And like I said, she doesn't really see like, oh my gosh, all these people lived and we helped. She sees, oh my gosh, we something bad happened and all these people died. And all of a sudden she sees something, and she has such a terrible memory, and that's why she writes everything down. But all of a sudden she remembers something and stands up and takes off towards that little makeshift shelter that she had hidden someone away in. Oh my god, my eyes. She had hidden someone away in before.
May I roll? I mean, not roll. May I pull another card for the result of that? I have pulled the Swan. Meanings: good fortune, good weather, latent talents. Someone is already there taking care of their broken ankle, but they are alive.
I think Mariana just crumbles. Is just so relieved, and whatever this spark that happened that Mariana remembered out of, oh gosh, having this just terrible memory, and just falls to the ground and just sobs, and takes a moment and just can't collect herself, but only for like a few seconds, and looks up and she says, I'm so sorry. What was your name?
Oh, Vom.
Mom?
Vom.
She'll take out her notebook from her pocket and she'll write it down and put a big circle around it so that she remembers.
Vago, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you walk around at all?
Yeah, Vago, especially given after all the events that happened to them today, they feel that they can't sit still. They have to just get up and do something. Like they can't. They just feel almost too restless. They need to just move, do something.
Also, can I get a card check from everyone? Is everyone okay? OX. Okay, thank you. Vago, as you're walking down through the streets, looking where your feet dragging you wherever you end up going, you recognize someone amongst the dead. You don't know how you know them, but you know them, and you knew them very well. But they are laying there, their chest ripped open by metallic claws. There is a symbol, like a little amulet, like that clasping their cloak closed, of a symbol of 3 entwining circles. And their faces vacant, facing towards the sky.
Seeing this person, Vago doesn't know why they're feeling what they're feeling, but they just can't help it. They immediately just their knees just buckle and they just crumble before they can feel tears streaming down their eyes for reasons they don't even know why. All they know is they just feel sad and lost, angry. Why did this have to happen? Why is this what every day is going to be like? What? Their hands reach forward and they grasp the amulet that the amulet that this person is wearing. It's 3 circles.
You've seen that on other folks in the city. And it's not hidden knowledge, so you would probably know what it means. And this is the symbol of the Magnus of Cycles. Is there anything else you would like to do, Vago? Uh-oh. Okay, we will come back to Vago. Hale.
Hale has splayed himself out in that inch-deep ink, just body tired, listening to the coughing, the silence of the aftermath of this attack. And his breathing kind of slows and turns his head, sees Luce walking away to deposit the body onto this, wherever they're collecting bodies, sees Mariana as he turns his head the other way, just curled up, stands and leaves to go talk to the person that she rescued. And then he looks up to the sky and just slowly closes his eyes. Oh, I'll go.
All right. As you look at the sky, the ink still is not as strongly as before, but it's still flowing from the arches consistently, like a small stream. Welcome back. We'll come right back to you. Welcome back, but we'll come right back. Hale, are you doing anything else besides resting in this inch-deep ink and looking at the sky?
He is spending most of his time just trying to recuperate.
In that case, Vago, are you doing anything else? We left you taking this basically a clip, a brooch that keeps someone's cloak from flying away. You took this. Are you doing anything else?
Vago's staring at the face, trying to figure out why. Why does this person feel so familiar? Why are they making them elicit these emotions? Why are they crying, seeing them like this, trying to rack their brains, find any sort of answer?
Would you like to roll a will check?
Yes, I would.
Right, please roll for me. Are you gonna roll any extra dice?
They'll put an extra will point into that.
So 3 will.
Two successes.
You don't get any crisp memories, but you do get some impressions of feelings that whoever this was not a friend. That you remember some poking and prodding and pain And they, at least in part, were a cause of it.
Vago sort of shudders at the thought, honestly. It, feeling what they're feeling, at least from what they can sort of vaguely remember versus what they're feeling now, it seems almost crazy that they'd be crying for them almost. But seeing them there, they feel that, I guess, no matter how bad this pain must have been, no one deserves to die like that. So at least before getting up, taking the brooch with them, they're going to reach across and gently close their eyes.
We are getting close to time. And as a group, I would like to figure out one more thing before we end. Where are you going?
I think
Where are you?
after
Yeah, go ahead.
after a few minutes, there is a grunt as Hale peels himself away from the ground and rounds up the rest of the party. We need a plan. We should probably move to another settlement. Hopefully one with defenses that aren't failing.
Where's the closest place?
Would you like me to pull some miscellaneous names out of my random town name list that I did this morning?
Do the thing.
So I will say that to the north is a very small town called Moss Crossing. I'm just going to make notes as well. So to the north of Vale Point, very small, but just big enough to have like defenses probably. To the northwest is a town named Perth. And to the east is a medium-sized settlement by the name of Riverwell.
We can go to Riverwell, medium-sized settlement.
I don't want to describe this, but RJ, what kind of settlement is Perth?
Perth is a small settlement near a river. Everyone knows everyone's sort of style. There is a safe point in there that is not upkept as best as like a larger town, but if we were to go there, then we could revive there potentially.
I will say Moss Crossing does not have a safe haven. You do not know if Riverwell has a safe haven. And I will probably roll to see if Riverwell has a safe haven or not.
Medium kind of sounds like more protection, right?
Well, it's unknown if there's a safe haven there or not.
I think we've seen the dangers of going anywhere that has a lot of people. There's a lot of death. And many of you are not used to seeing this as often as I have. I think she like pulls out of her pack. There's like a floating. It's like a. It's almost like kaleidoscopic in the like pocketing sort of effects that it has around it, or pocked. Pardon. It is like a little like globe compass
I'm imagining an astrologian weapon from Final Fantasy.
Okay,
Angela.
yes, also accepted. Even better. That was an even better answer. Okay, so holds it up and like notes the correct spot direction to go, and I think Perth would be the best choice for all of us to go. She was always so fond of going there.
Is this a group consensus? There is a visible, like, sigh from Hale. Well, I had to go home some point.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do or say before we end? Yes, Angela, is this in regards to what you asked me?
Yeah. I think having the little globe floating nearby her, I think she tries to start saying something, particularly to Mariana. Like, it's like if she catches up with Mariana, even after we've then still sees her like looking at the people who've died, she's like, you can't let these things stay with you. This will break your body and spirit more than any blade or claw will. You have to steel yourself to. And she just trails off because she looks down and she sees the pretty courier from earlier. Because I asked Mare if she was among the bodies, and I rolled, and yeah. She doesn't say anything else. She just says, I hope you're okay. To no one in particular.
Anybody else?
Mariana will turn around and give a big hug.
She accepts it.
I think that ends the first session of Printweaver, Pillars of Ink. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for session 1. We are going to do some outros, and then it will be the end of the night. I will go last. We'll go in reverse order this time. So, RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at rjustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I shitpost most of the time and sometimes go live with my friends. I'm all over the interwebs, but if you want to catch me in any other games that I'm in, check out my Twitter because I typically repost whenever I go live.
Amber?
I'm Amber, known as analog_Amber across most of the internet. I am a variety streamer over on my channel who loves to focus on giving back. If you are interested in singing inappropriately and making up words to your own song and playing badly but having a lot of fun, we would love to have you join the AM fam.
Angela?
Hello there, everybody. My name is Angela. I use she, her pronouns, and I've been playing Luz Del Valle, who is has no feelings whatsoever about any of this. None whatsoever. She is ironclad will, just like me. Giant cinnamon roll. You can find me often doing work of some kind over on Girls Run These Worlds and also Girls Write These Worlds, where we recently released our second zine, showcasing a variety of different magic items, NPCs, and an adventure module that's its own short game. Our own beloved Sir Hecalot is actually featured in there with easily one of the most beautiful poetic locations I have been fortunate enough to get to edit work on. And if that flusters Heck, good. But also, our last call is happening for Afterlife Nexus. I will be running a similarly emotionally charged game in the Afterlife Wandering Soul system starting Wednesdays. If you want to apply to join my table, last chance today and go check out Girls Run These Worlds for that post about it. But that's me.
Please sign up because I can't sign up for it because of time.
Mare is so sad about this.
And Abhishek.
Hi everyone. If I could have met my eyes. My name is Abhishek Matange. I go by neon_Raiden on Twitter. I'm just an amateur voice actor who loves playing TTRPGs and really proud to be able to bring Vago to you guys. This is my first time playing Print Weaver. I've really had a great time. Couldn't have asked for a more amazing cast of other players and a great GM in Mare. You can find me on Twitter, again at neon_Raiden. Basically just kind of shitpost about stuff. Love tokusatsu and voice acting, so come on by.
And hello, I am Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. I am just running this game right now here over on Neon Lights Roleplay. We will be here for every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for a little bit. And I am also running a game of Invisible Sun called Fraying Threads over on Sword and Key on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are about halfway through our campaign, and we will be back this coming Thursday. Thank you so much. This was a great first session. Thank you to my amazing cast. Y'all are heartbreaking in the best way possible. And we will see everybody next week. Have a lovely evening, everybody.